તો આઈઓસીના 141માં સેશનનું ઉદ્ઘાટન સમારોહ યોજાઈ રહ્યો છે, જેમાં પીએમ નરેન્દ્ર મોદીએ તેનું ઉદ્ઘાટન કર્યું છે। 40 વર્ષ બાદ ભારત યજમાન દેશ બન્યું છે। મુંબઈના જીઓ વર્લ્ડ સેન્ટરમાં આ કાર્યક્રમનું આયોજન કરવામાં આવી રહ્યું છે। હાલ તમામ મહાનુભાવો આ કાર્યક્રમમાં ઉપસ્થિત છે। મુંબઈના જીઓ વર્લ્ડ સેન્ટરમાં કાર્યક્રમનું આયોજન કરવામાં આવ્યું છે અને હાલ તમામ મહાનુભાવો પણ આ કાર્યક્રમમાં ઉપસ્થિત છે। ત્યારે 40 વર્ષ બાદ ભારત યજમાન દેશ બન્યું છે।
For the Indian national anthem. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
તો આઈઓસીના 141માં સેશનનું ઉદ્ઘાટન સમારોહ, જેમાં પીએમ નરેન્દ્ર મોદીએ તેનું ઉદ્ઘાટન કર્યું છે। 40 વર્ષ બાદ ભારત યજમાન દેશ બન્યો છે। મુંબઈના જીઓ વર્લ્ડ સેન્ટરમાં આ કાર્યક્રમનું ભવ્ય આયોજન કરવામાં આવ્યું છે, જે આપ લાઈવ નિહાળી રહ્યા છો। સીધા અમે આપને આ કાર્યક્રમના દ્રશ્યો બતાવી રહ્યા છે। 141માં સેશનનું ઉદ્ઘાટન સમારોહ યોજાયો છે, જેમાં પીએમ નરેન્દ્ર મોદીએ તેનું ઉદ્ઘાટન કર્યું છે। સીધા આપને દ્રશ્યો બતાવી રહ્યા છીએ।
Most respected Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Bhai Modi, International Olympic Committee President, Mr. Thomas Bach, distinguished guests and dear friends. Namaskar, Swagatam. Welcome to all of you. Respected Pradhan Mantri Ji, on behalf of the International Olympic Committee and the sporting fraternity in India and the world, I warmly welcome you. Respected Prime Minister, we are filled with immense joy and gratitude that you have joined us today. You are the leader of the world's largest democracy, architect of New India. Your support to sport has made this session in India a reality. IOC President Mr. Thomas Bach, members and delegates of the IOC from over 80 countries, and friends of the Olympic movement. It is an absolute honor for us to host this historic IOC session in India after 40 years. And in Mumbai for the first time ever. Amchi Mumbai, our Mumbai, welcomes all of you. In our culture, we say, Atiti Devo Bhava. It means our guest is God. You all have arrived in India at an auspicious time on the eve of Navratri, a vibrant Hindu festival celebrated with song, dance, and festivity that signifies the triumph of good over evil. My dear friends and colleagues, in this meeting of the IOC, I see the confluence of two wonderful forces. One is the Olympic movement, which unites humanity and transcends all national, racial, religious, and linguistic barriers. The other is India, the world's largest democracy, as the host of this meeting. The mantra and motto of our 5,000-year-old civilization is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which our Prime Minister declared as the theme at India's presidency of the G20 summit last month. It means the entire world is one family. Today, more than ever, our world needs to reunite in fraternity and solidarity. This cannot happen on battlefields. It can only happen on sports fields. In all of human history, there has never been a more magical force to promote peace, friendship, health, fitness, motivation, and joy than sport. Sport energizes us, unites us, and binds us together in the most beautiful ways. Friends, India was always a great cultural and spiritual power. Now, under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, India is a rising economic power, technological power, a power in sustainable development, a philanthropic power, and also a rising sporting power. Our young girls and boys are exhibiting incredible talent in diverse sporting arenas around the world. Most recently, they have made all of us proud at the Asian Games in China. Many of them come from very humble backgrounds, and I'm happy to say that some of them are in our midst today. Let's give them a round of applause. In conclusion, my dear friends from the IOC, let me say this with great humility. India's potential is limitless. In the years to come, young Indians will excel globally in every field of human endeavor, including sport. This is a collective dream of 1.4 billion Indian hearts. It is also the collective determination of 1.4 billion Indian minds. Children are our hope. Children are our future. Today, we pledge to nurture and empower our 250 million school-going children through the Olympic values of friendship, excellence, and respect, not just in Indian cities, but also in the small towns and remotest villages of India. This meeting of the IOC is truly a defining moment in the history of sport in India. Today, let us recommit ourselves to the guiding principles of the Olympic movement and work towards Olympics of all, Olympics by all, and Olympics for all. Our deliberations and discussions over the next 3 days will inspire and influence millions of young children in India and all over the world to embrace the transformational power of sport. Our children are the ones who will help to shape a better, brighter, kinder, greener, happier, and more harmonious world. A shared future that unites all the 8 billion people on our beautiful and bountiful planet. Dear friends, today we are about to witness history. When our Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi declares the 141st IOC session open, India will once again open its arms to the world, not just as a host, but as a torchbearer for the Olympic movement. On that note, I wish you all a very wonderful session and a very happy Navratri. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request the President of the International Olympic Committee, Mr. Thomas Bach, to address this gathering.
Your Excellency Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, our dear IOC colleague and friend and wonderful host Nita Ambani, dear fellow IOC members, dear President of the Indian Olympic Association, PT Usha, dear presidents and friends from the international federations and national Olympic committees, dear Olympic friends, Namaste. It is a great honor to welcome you all to the 141st IOC session in Mumbai. We are so pleased to be in India, a country on the rise in so many respects, including in Olympic sport. Your presence here today, dear Prime Minister, is a testimony to this growing importance of Olympic sport in your wonderful country. This is why I'm offering you a very warm welcome. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for gracing us with your presence. Aapka bahut, bahut swagat. India is a truly inspiring place to hold our IOC session. A country that combines a splendid history and a dynamic present with a vigorous confidence in the future. Let me express our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our gracious host, our dear colleague and friend Nita Ambani, for welcoming us so warmly in this truly impressive setting. Already during our short term here, we could get a first impression of the excellent ways you, Nita, are promoting sport and athletes in India. What you have achieved in both business and sport is simply remarkable. Through your Reliance Foundation, you are bringing the Olympic values to millions of students, giving them the opportunity to build their lives in and through sport. You are spreading the Olympic spirit across your vast country, and in this way, you are making the world a better place through sport. Dhanyavad, Nita. Another illustration of the growing Olympic spirit is the outstanding performance of these Indian athletes at the Asian Games in Hangzhou. Congratulations to India on its record-breaking medal haul. This is something that the entire Olympic community in India can be very proud of. In this respect, I would also like to congratulate the Olympic Council of Asia under the leadership of Acting President Randir Singh, and of course, the Chinese hosts for the once more brilliant organization of these Asian Games. At this session, we will have a discussion which may give another boost to this growth here in India. When we speak about a certain sport, which I heard enjoys a certain level of popularity here, cricket. Our thanks also go to the Indian Olympic Association and its president P.T. Usha for the warm hospitality with which they have welcomed us. This IOC session should give you at the IOA a timely impulse on your journey of change and reform of Indian sport in every respect. India, with its dynamic and forward-looking young population, provides an appropriate setting for our IOC mission, because we are here to chart the course for the future of our Olympic movement. Therefore, I do not want to dwell too much on the past. Let us turn to the future. In this future, the Olympic Games will likely become more inclusive, featuring a broader range of sports and athletes, and promoting diversity and gender equality. The Olympic movement may also adapt to changing societal values, addressing issues such as athlete mental health and social justice, and striving to be a force for positive change on a global scale. Ultimately, the future of the Olympic Games promises to be a compelling fusion of tradition and progress, maintaining its status as a unifying global event while adapting to the changing values and expectations of the modern world. This very convincing analysis was obviously written by someone very intelligent and visionary, so it cannot be me. Who else do you think the author might be? Sorry, for once, it's not Pierre de Coubertin. What you just heard was generated by AI, artificial intelligence. I'm using this example to make it clear that our continued success depends on how we embrace the ever-accelerating development of digital technology and in particular AI. This makes our Olympic Agenda 2020 imperative, change or be changed, even more urgent. And I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Prime Minister, that we had the opportunity to exchange on this right now in a very inspiring way. Every challenge comes with opportunities and risks. We need to seize these opportunities and we need to manage these risks. Allow me to give you some examples which I envision in this respect. AI has the potential to revolutionize the training of the athletes. Training programs for athletes will be developed by AI. This will offer the athletes an extremely individualized training plan, drawing on every intimate detail of the athlete's physical and mental conditions to optimize their performance. But what does it mean for the protection of all these intimate data? What will this mean for the role of a human coach? AI has the potential to revolutionize judging and refereeing. In some sports, you can already see the beginning. For the football fans among us, I just say VAR. For the tennis players, Hawkeye. What will AI mean for other sports, where until now human judgment is deciding over victory or defeat? Gymnastics, figure skating, boxing come to my mind. And of course, the most illustrious examples of all, fencing. In all these and many other sports, the big question is, will AI replace or support the human referee? AI has the potential to revolutionize the organization of the Olympic Games. As we all know, the Olympic Games are the most complex event in the world. AI will help to reduce, streamline and optimize the work of organizing committees in all aspects of planning and running the Games, down to the smallest detail. Running the Olympic Village more efficiently, managing spectator flows, transportation and venues. The list goes on. And all of this will make the organization extremely efficient. But do we really want to lose the human touch? Will this diminish the Olympic spirit? How can efficiency and the human spirit be reconciled? AI has the potential to revolutionize sports broadcasting. The Olympic Games Paris 2024 will be the last Olympic Games of the pre-AI era. At the latest, by the time of the Olympic Games Los Angeles 2028, you will need far fewer people to produce and broadcast much higher quality content. What will this mean for the broadcast center of the Olympic Games? Will we still need one? AI has the potential to revolutionize the spectator experience. Augmented and virtual reality are already changing now how fans consume sport. AI is going to accelerate and enhance this. This spectator experience will be dramatically more immersive and more customized to the individual. In the end, every spectator can be the director of their own viewing experience. Will spectators still look for the experience together in a stadium? Or will they prefer to enjoy it just by themselves at home? Will there still be the collective memory of the iconic sporting moments that live in the hearts of generations of sports fans like us? These are just a few features of this AI future. Over the past year, I have delved into literature and asked experts to find out what opportunities AI will bring to sport. After reading countless articles and books and speaking with some of the brightest minds, I can tell you, not one of them is at this moment thinking about the impact of AI on sport. Here is our opportunity. If we are starting this discussion now, we can still contribute to shape this AI future for sport. As we did with the Olympic agenda, we can change before we are being changed. If we do not address this issue now, then the purely technological and commercial interests will come over us like a tsunami. To seize this opportunity, it needs a change in mindset. The younger generation has a completely new way of thinking. They are living digital lives right now. We must not ignore their thinking if we do not want to jeopardize our own future. We must empower them to guide us with their young mindset. We have to be in the driver's seat. We have to devise a holistic analysis of the opportunities and risks of AI and then take action immediately. I'm happy to inform you that this work is already underway. If things go well, you may see some first consequences of this already in Paris, and you will learn about it tomorrow during our session. For the medium to long-term future, our newly established AI working group of experts will guide us. They have the task to prepare an extensive overview of the opportunities and risks of AI for the Olympic movement, going far beyond what I have just tried to outline. The imperative of our Olympic agenda is change or be changed. Another important principle is sport needs to go where the people are. This is true for both worlds, the real and the digital one. Today, sport has to compete for the time and attention of young people. Therefore, we have to reach out to the youth where they are in this digital world. This is not just a technological imperative, this is also a demographic imperative. The launch of the Olympic Channel in the framework of Olympic Agenda 2020 was our first step in this direction. This has proven to be very successful. Today, we can be very proud that our digital platform, Olympics.com, has seen hundreds of millions of unique users since the beginning of the IOC digital journey, with an all-time high of about 200 million unique users only during the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. Also on social media, we have seen significant growth with 110 million followers across our channels and a monthly average of 500 million social media engagement. Industry leaders are noticing our progress. One example is that we were just now awarded with the YouTube Creator Award, joining the elite club of their most popular channels. Another dimension of this digital revolution is esports. There are 3 billion people playing esports and gaming around the world. It is estimated that over 500 million of them are interested specifically in esports, which includes virtual sports and sports simulations. What is even more relevant to us, a majority of them are under the age of 34. This is why we took the strategic decision to engage with esports in a holistic way. We choose an approach that would allow us to be active in the esports space while staying true to our values that have guided us for over a century. With respect to esports, our values are and remain the red line that we will not cross. Our crystal clear position is gaining more and more respect also in the esports community. One of the leading publishers even adapted their popular game to conform fully with our Olympic values, so that players shot at targets, not at people. Our first approach to this community was the organization of the Esports Forum 2018 in Lausanne. Next, we set up an esport liaison group to have a platform to engage with all the esport stakeholders. Following this, we developed the Olympic Virtual Series in 2021, our first pilot venture in esports. Building on the learnings from this Olympic Virtual Series, we then launched the Olympic Esports Week in Singapore earlier this year. In Singapore, we saw proof that our holistic approach is working. We successfully brought together the Olympic and the esports communities. A highlight was the thrilling live finals, created in collaboration with IFs and publishers. Over 130 players from across the globe came together to compete in the Olympic spirit on the global stage in 10 mixed-gender category events. Players were cheered on by a full house of fans, with all the action streamed online. Overall, the Olympic Esports Series attracted over 500,000 unique participants. The Olympic Esports Series generated more than 6 million views of live action over all channels, with 75% of views from people aged 13 to 14. This was a promising start, but it is just that, a start. It is like in any sport. After even a promising start, the real race still lies ahead. To compete successfully in this race, I have asked our new IOC Esports Commission to study the creation of Olympic Esports Games. AI and esports, these are our two opportunities. To seize these two opportunities and to manage the risks, we need a new mindset. We need the mindset of the young people. We have to trust and to empower them, because the pace of change will be exponential. It is change or be changed once again. In all these changes, we have to be guided by our values as expressed in our Olympic Agenda 2020+5. Since its adoption in March 2021, it already had a significant impact on the IOC and the wider Olympic movement. This is why a major focus of this session will be a midway evaluation of what we have achieved so far, and we will look ahead at what